Believe it or not, Super Tuesday, 2 weeks from tonight. Early voting for the March 5th primary began today. Thanks for joining us for your 5 News at 6. I'm Darren Bobb.
And I'm Alexandra Burnley. Voters will have from today until March 2nd to get their ballots in before the long lines that are going to start.
That's right. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi is at one of those voting sites with a lot more about this. Jacob.
That's right. Voting has wrapped up for the day here at the Washington County Courthouse. It ended just about 5 minutes ago, but we'll pick up tomorrow at 8 a.m. And I spoke to some officials and they said it was a little bit slower today than they expected, thinking maybe yesterday's holiday had something to do with that. But nevertheless, a lot goes into making sure that these elections run smoothly.
Anytime you have a presidential election year, you always see an increase than when you don't have the president on the ballot. And so we definitely anticipate for that. We gear up for that.
Washington County Director of Elections Jennifer Price is gearing up for an intense election season, making sure that voting in the county is both secure and accessible.
We go through and we test every precinct, every candidate to make sure that votes are showing up exactly how we anticipated that vote would be when we're doing our testing. And so by the time we're finished testing, we've tested well over 10,000 ballots, just making sure that votes are actually counting the way that we expected those votes to count.
In addition to election accuracy and security, Price and her team are also aware of the low voter turnout in the state. According to the Arkansas Civil Health Index, Arkansas has the lowest voter registration and voter turnout rates in national elections of any U.S. state. One reason for this, according to the study, includes a lack of transportation to the polls in rural areas, a problem Price and her team are working to address.
One of the reasons we've done the 18 early vote sites is because we're able to have early voting across the county distributed more evenly. So some of those locations may only be open for 3 days, but the idea is that if you do live in the city of Lincoln or if you live out in Sonora, there's actually an opportunity for you to early vote and not have to wait for election day.
And if long lines are a reason keeping people from going to the polls, voting early can help with this problem.
One of the reasons we encourage everyone to early vote is because typically you can get in and out very quickly. If there is any problems with your voter registration, you need an address change, you don't have the approved form of ID, all of those things, it makes it easier for us to take care of any types of problems rather than on election day when there's 42 sites open and there's so much more going on.
Now, we are in the first week of early voting for the primary, and Price says that although it might be slow this week, she definitely expects it to pick up the closer we get to that March 5th date. And if you have any trouble finding your polling location, you can go ahead and visit our website. But for now, I'm in Washington County, covering news where you live. Jacob Luthi, 5 News.
All right, Jacob, thanks. The presidential primary people will be watching closely on Super Tuesday as the Republican one. Former President Trump currently leading Nikki Haley with 63 delegates to Haley's 17. The next contest on the calendar is this Saturday in South Carolina.
And in 2 weeks from tonight, Arkansas is among about a dozen states taking part, making it the biggest day on the election calendar. And all our coverage on Super Tuesday will be streaming live on 5+. You can download it for free on your smart TV to stream all of our newscasts live at any time.